We'll start with quadriceps. Its name comes from the fact that it has 4 heads. Oddly, these are named as though they were separate muscles. 3 of the heads arise from the femur. They're called Vastus Intermedius, Vastus Medialis, and Vastus Lateralis. The 4th head, Rectus Femoris, arises from the hip bone. All 4 heads converge on the quadriceps tendon, which we've seen. We'll start with the deepest of the heads, Vastus Intermedius. Here it is. It forms a bulge on the front of the femur. Vastus Intermedius arises from this broad area around the lateral aspect and front of the femur. Wrapped around the outside of Vastus Intermedius are Vastus Medialis and Vastus Lateralis. These 2 cover Vastus Intermedius almost completely. Their fibers run obliquely all the way round to the back. Here's Lateralis, here's Medialis, almost meeting it. Vastus Lateralis arises from the lateral edge of the linea aspera and from the side and front of the greater trochanter. Vastus Medialis arises from the medial edge of the linea aspera and from just below the lesser trochanter. The thin strip of bone between these 2 lines of origin provides the insertion of all the adductor muscles and also the origin of the short head of biceps. Now let's add Rectus Femoris to the picture. Here it is. Rectus Femoris arises from the ilium just above the hip joint. Its tendon of origin has 2 parts, a posterior or reflected part and an anterior or straight part. The anterior part arises from this prominence, the anterior inferior iliac spine. The posterior part arises from just above the acetabulum. All 4 heads of quadriceps converge on the quadriceps tendon. The lowest fibers of Vastus Lateralis and Medialis insert onto the sides of the patella. The principal action of the quadriceps muscle is to extend the knee. When the foot is off the ground, that action simply straightens the leg and holds it straight. When the foot is on the ground, the action of quadriceps has several important effects. In normal walking, quadriceps straightens the leg as the foot reaches the ground, then keeps the leg straight while the hamstring muscles extend the hip. Quadriceps is also one of the 2 big anti-gravity muscles of the lower extremity. Its partner, which we've seen already, is gluteus maximus. Acting together, quadriceps at the knee and gluteus maximus at the hip lift the body upward when we climb uphill, when we rise from a sitting position, and when we jump. The same muscle actions propel us forward when we're pushing a heavy load. In addition to these actions, when quadriceps and its partner, gluteus maximus, act in balance with the force of gravity, they control our rate of descent as we sit down. And also when we walk downhill.